Hey everybody, welcome to the Dano channel. I am Dano and I'm back. You guys have been asking for this video. There's been a lot of you who have asked me to make this video. So now it's time. You notice I've got all my build your own lightsaber pieces out on the table. You guys want to know what my personal lightsaber would be? Well, that's what we're doing today. We're going to take a look at that. It's going to be tough. I've got everything laid out here. I've got all of my emitters set out. I've got my different lightsaber blades. Now, some of them you'll notice are the same color, but they're different styles. Some are a little more clear, some are a little more opaque. So I left all my options there. I also have 3 different hilts. I've got the current one. This is the current one from Disneyland that you can get. It looks a lot like Qui-Gon Jinn's lightsaber. There was a previous one that looked a lot more like Mace Windu's lightsaber. That was around the mid-2000s, 2005 to about 2015, I believe. About 10 years it was there. You can also find this in the Ultimate Build Your Own Lightsaber Clone Wars Edition pack. And then there's the older original one. Now this used to be the kind they had at Disneyland or Disney parks to begin with, but it's no longer. It hasn't been there in a long time. And actually this one might be from 2005. This one might have come a little bit later. But this one is like so old school. It uses like C batteries. It's crazy. This is from the original Ultimate Build Your Own Lightsaber toy. I can't even close it without an emitter on top of it, and use these little color filters on it. So it's kind of cool. But I wanted to have my choices on there, so I set it out here. I've got different rings that I just knocked over. A bunch of different rings and stuff to kind of decorate the hilt. We have different button covers. All kinds of styles of sleeves and button covers. And then at the end, we've got all of our end caps. There's a bunch of different kinds of end caps, even end caps that'll let me do double lightsabers. So I've got a lot of options going on. The thing about this is, I always kind of like thought to myself, man, if I make this video, I'm gonna be stuck with that. I'm gonna have this is the lightsaber that I'm saying is my lightsaber. But I think this is just something I think it might change over time. I think maybe if I do this again next year, maybe around the same time, it might be a different situation. I might feel like, you know what, now this is my lightsaber. Because kind of people change and grow over time. I think maybe my tastes and my preferences might change and grow over time. I've been doing some live streams over the weekends. Usually I call them Saturday streams while I play some video games. Lately it's been Battlefront. So make sure you join if you want to hang out. It'll be sometime Saturday. I don't know when. Just whenever I get free time. But a lot of people ask me on there, and it's come up a few times, are you Jedi or are you Sith? Are you light side, dark side? And the answer I give is usually both. I think everyone can kind of be both. And that's not like a good or a bad thing. That's what I really like about stuff like Rogue One, and I'm hoping The Last Jedi is going to kind of tell us a little bit more like that too, that there's that gray area. That not, like, the good guys aren't always the good guys. Sometimes they do some stuff that's kind of bad. And the bad guys aren't always coming from a bad place. They might be doing it with good intentions in mind. They're just going about it the most awful way possible. So, with all that said, let's get into this. I have my hilt. This is the hilt I'd pre-picked out. This is the one from the Clone Wars Ultimate set because it's loud. But not only is it loud, but it actually lights in color on here, which I like. I don't know why, but I do like it. And there's also a crystal chamber. One of the few with a crystal chamber inside. So I'm going to remove a couple crystals here. And that might be an indication as to where we go after this. So when you're at Disneyland, or Disney World, they ask you to choose an emitter first. So the emitter I'm going to go with, and I have some really good options. You guys want to see them up close? Take a look. So we got a bunch of different emitters. There's like Count Dooku, Anakin, Darth Vader, Yoda, Kanan Jarrus. I've got cross guards, Kylo Ren, Darth Maul. There's a lot of cool options. I actually think I'm going to go with Darth Maul because I really like this look. It's one of the bigger emitters. I think the next closest big one's going to be Kanan's. And Kanan's is really cool too. Now notice I don't own them all. I'm actually missing a couple. I don't own them all. But of the ones I own, I'm going to go with Darth Maul. So now that I have my emitter, when you're at Disney parks, it asks you next to pick a blade color. Now I do have all the different blade colors, red, purple, blue, green, and clear. But I'm going to skip that step for now. I'm actually going to move forward to decorating the actual hilt. So I do have quite a few options, and it's going to be a little hard, but I do want to show you guys some of the close-ups of what we've got here. Alright, you see there's a couple different rings. There's 2 different style of gold rings. There's some with just different decorations on them. There's a bunch of different stuff here. There's some with ribs on them. There's some with, like, Look at this. There's all kinds of crazy stuff. Here's Kylo Ren's. So I know I'm going to use a smaller one. I'm thinking I'm leaning maybe towards this guy. I like this one. This one's kind of cool too because it's got a button. But I think to start off with, I'm going to use this one. I just like the look of it. It's really cool. All right, let's do that first. So now on these lightsaber hilts, there are little threads on the side, like a line going all the way down on each side of the lightsaber. And there's little notches inside each ring that lets you line them up perfectly. Okay, I like that. I do like that. So I'm going to use another one. I like this other one. I'm not sure who this is. I feel like it's from Darth Maul's. It's kind of a bigger, clunkier piece. I don't know if you guys can see it there. But I'm going to go... you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to swap out this ring, and I'm going to do this clunkier piece first, and then the ring. That way I've got this thicker part up top, and then it kind of turns into the ring. Ooh, I like that. I like the way that looks a lot. That's coming out pretty cool. All right, so next, I think I'm going to move on to a button cover. Now, there are a lot of different options for button covers. Let's take a look, and I'll show you what those are. So you see here, we got a bunch of different ones. There's Kylo Ren. I have two different versions of Count Dooku's. They're just from different eras. We've got one that can be used as like Darth Vader's. Here's one, I believe that's Yoda's. Another Darth Maul type one. Now, the reason they're button covers is because they have the hole where you can access the button. This one can be done in a bunch of different orientations so that you can actually access the button different ways. Again, here's another one. Now, this is a little bit different, so notice how this looks. It's got the little ribs on it. I actually have a sleeve version of this. It's like a ring, I guess a ring version of this that is not a button cover. Well, this one is a button cover, but they're definitely meant to be the same thing. They're just from different eras, so they have slightly different styles to them. So it's kind of funny to see how things have changed over the years. Some are button covers, some aren't. Another one I've got here is that Yoda. Is that Yoda or is that Darth Vader? I forget who. No, that's definitely Yoda. All right, we got another button here, another cool looking button, and then again, I think I already saw this one. This is like Darth Maul's. So I've got a lot of options here. I think I'm gonna go with. I do like this one. I do like this one a lot. This is from the Clone Wars set. You know, I've done too much stuff from the Clone Wars set. I like this, that it's got the black button. It's got these other little red buttons on the side. But this one's cool too, because it has like a physical button. Now, if I wanted to go with physical buttons, there's also one more option that I had over here with my rings. Look at that one. That one sticks out a ton. So I'm thinking maybe, if I go small, I can add more stuff. Maybe another ring. But I do like the way this one looks, and I think it'll match with the gold and silver of everything else. Let's go with this one. All right, let's see how this matches up. Now, the hole is on one side. It's more leaning towards one side than the other, so you got to kind of make sure you line them up correctly. Good. It lined up. I can see my little red button. I can still access it. If I did it the other way, it would cover it up. So it's something you got to be careful with when you're making your lightsaber. Oh, yeah, I like that. I like that. It gives it a good grip. Okay, so now I'm down... I think I can fit one ring. One small ring. I know which ring. I know which ring I need. It's going to be one of these thinner ones. I've got two gold options. One that's got like silver with little gold lines on it, and then one that's kind of like a button. And I think I'm going to go with the gold with 3 rings. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I think that's looking really good. Okay, next part. Going to be my end cap. You guys want to see these end caps? There's some pretty cool options here too. Okay, so for my end caps, those first 3 right there, those are actually transition end caps that'll let you make a double-bladed lightsaber. These 2 on the left are the newer style. This one here that's shorter with the kind of threads on the side, that's the old style where you just screw in a whole other emitter and it doesn't light up. So you can do it that way, and it's really cool, short, and manageable. These make for an extra, extra long lightsaber. Here's a bunch of smaller ones. You can see some familiar ones. There's Obi-Wan, Count Dooku, Kylo Ren, Yoda. Oh, there's a lot of neat ones here, and again, I don't own them all. I'm missing some. All right, so the one that actually speaks to me the most, and it's the one that I got on the first time I made one of these for my own personal one. I've made some for my kids, which is actually the reason I make the lightsaber videos, is I started by making one with my son Presley. If you search it, it's called Making a Lightsaber at Disneyland with Presley or something like that. That's actually the first video that I did that was very successful for like YouTube with Star Wars stuff. And that's kind of what turned my channel from being mostly like Disney artwork into doing a lot more Star Wars stuff was that one video. I saw that months later it had a couple thousand views when I was first starting, which to me was huge. I was like, that's great. This has, like 5,000 views. This is amazing. I should do more lightsaber videos. And so I did. And then it started taking off and more people started noticing all the Disneyland lightsaber videos. And here we are today, pushing almost 12,000 subscribers. I think by the next couple weeks I'll hit 12,000 subscribers, which is amazing. I love you guys. Like, so awesome that you come and watch these videos. But it all started with that one that I did with Presley. So I bought these all for my kids to start off with, but then I started collecting them, getting into it, and we all kind of play around. So there it is. That's why I have such a huge collection. It's not just me. I know it's weird. Some people have commented and be like, it's weird seeing an old man play with toys and lightsabers. And I'm like, you know what? It is a little bit. Yeah, I'll agree. But I'm going to do me. And you know what, kids? You do you too. If there's something you like doing and you have fun doing and can be successful with it, stick with it and don't let anybody tell you any different. All right, I've got my cool Tonfa blade. Now this is the Tonfa blade that I picked on my original custom lightsaber I made at Disneyland. I picked this. This is what spoke to me. I like being able to hold it like this and your blade comes out that way. That's a real cool way of doing it. Or if you want to just get comfortable with it, you can still fight like normal. It's kind of a little awkward having that there, but you can even kind of spin it like a billy club. I don't know. I wouldn't really do that because that blade's going to come out and just cut you right in the throat. But there's different ways to fight and play with this thing. You can. There's just a lot of cool options. So that's why I like the Tonfa. It's unique. It's different. Kind of like me. And it looks good. It speaks to me. I like the way this thing works. I've got my emitter. You may have noticed the color of crystals I removed from my hilt. I took out the green. I took out the blue. Because I'm going to go with the red. Now you may be thinking, Dano, you're a Sith? What? What? Are you crazy? Hear me out here. Hear me out. Like I mentioned earlier, I feel like... Notice there's a book in my hand. I feel like there's a gray area for both. And I kind of feel like I would fit in that gray area for both. You may hear it in my voice. I'm a little bit sick right now, so I'm not feeling the greatest. I'm, just a little grumpy, a little sick. So it is what it is. But I can feel that Sith power that I need to overcome it. And to read something from you, this is a quote called The Code of the Sith. And I want you guys to think about this for a second and see how this relates to you. It says, peace is a lie. There's only passion. Through passion, I gain strength. Through strength, I gain power. Through power, I gain victory. Through victory, my chains are broken. The Force shall free me. It's kind of an interesting look at the Force. It's kind of an interesting look at the Force. Now, the light side has a different kind of philosophy to it. So the Jedi code on the opposite end of that spectrum is, there is no emotion. There is peace. There is no ignorance. There is knowledge. There is no passion. There is serenity. There is no chaos. There is harmony. There is no death. There is the Force. So again, something else to think about. But I feel like I personally align more with the Sith version. If you guys want to know more about that kind of stuff and a little bit more about Chirrut and Baze's story, this is a book called Guardian of the Wills. I'll leave a link to it down below. The whole Amazon thing, if you use the links, I get a percentage of what you pay for. But I've always liked that Sith quote. I've always liked some of the Sith teachings you found on Morabon when you played the old Knights of the Old Republic game. Not that I would say I'm a bad guy, but I do think there's some things in the Sith teachings that I like. I kind of like that. I kind of relate to that with what they're talking about with passion, turning that into strength, using that for something else. I use that a lot when it comes to like creating something. I just have to like power through it. So I like that aspect of things. I want to know, what are you guys? Are you guys light side? Are you dark side? Do you have a certain lightsaber that you would like to see? Anyone specific emitter? Specific colors? We gotta light this bad boy up, don't we? I think it looks good. You know what we should do, though? Let's turn out the lights. Here goes. There's my lightsaber. Got my Tonfa action going so I can kind of hold it by my elbow. I don't want to smack Goofy in the face. But I do like that. And then I can also just hold it normal and just do normal fighting. So yeah, actually, I think this is a really cool personal setup. And again, this might change. We'll see. Alright guys, let me know what you think down in the comments below. You guys want to see close-ups real quick before I end it? I'm going to show you the hilt in all of its glory. One last look at close-ups of my Tonfa. There's all my buttons, my rings. I do like it. I think it's a pretty cool looking lightsaber. But as of December 2017, This is my preferred custom lightsaber. I'm going to leave it like this for a while. You might even see it hanging out in the background of videos, just because I like doing stuff like that. If you haven't already, do yourself a favor, subscribe to the Dano channel, join the Sad Baby Squad. If you watch the videos, you know what that's all about. Hit that little notification button down there. I want to know, what are your thoughts? Leave a thumbs up, leave a thumbs down. Do you like the Sith? Do you like the Jedi? Maybe next time I do this next year. I think I'm going to do it next year, unless I feel like doing it earlier. But I'm pretty sure I'll wait till next year. I'll do another one of these. And, you know, we'll see. Maybe I'll be a little bit more light side. Or maybe I'll go like full dark side and just do all dark side pieces. I don't know. We'll see. It changes. People change throughout time. Now, for those of you who are already part of the community, last couple videos I mentioned that I wanted to include you more, so take a look at this cool Return of the Jedi artwork by Arturo Diaz's son. Check this out. This is awesome. A little cool drawing there. Thanks for submitting that. If you guys have your own Star Wars fan art, channel fan art, if you guys want to draw funny pictures of me playing with lightsabers, that I think would be hilarious. Sad Baby Squad photoshops, whatever. Use hashtag Sad Baby Squad on Instagram and Twitter, or at me at Dano Flores on both of those platforms. And I'm going to start including your guys' pictures, your videos, or if you want to end my video by saying, "May the Force have with you and goodbye forever," you can do that too. Just send me a link on Twitter, or if you record it on YouTube, whatever. I'm going to try including your guys' stuff in the videos. A little kind of a community spotlight, a way to thank you guys for watching and being a part of this Dano channel thing that I'm doing. I appreciate you guys, I really do. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, remember, this is what you say, may the Force have with you? Question mark? Because, like, what did I say? I messed up the lines. May the Force have with you. And goodbye forever.